Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm good, I'm very fine, and today I just wanted to share something about marriage with you, and I'm happy and I'm excited. And because it's about 9 things I've learned in 9 years of marriage, let me just bring a disclaimer here. Today is not my wedding anniversary. Any day you get to watch this, it's not my wedding anniversary. My wedding anniversary was in December. So December 20th, Daniel and I celebrated 9 years of God's goodness, 9 years of blessings, and 9 years of being together, and 9 years of officially being together. Don't ask me what that means. Yes, do not ask me what that means. It was a beautiful celebration. We were moving, so there were lots of things to do, and actually because of that, this video I've been moving it. Today I decided to do it because it's been on my heart to do it. So happy anniversary to us, although belated. Yes, and I told myself that every year, as I started this YouTube, every year when God blesses me with another year in my marriage, I'll do lessons that I've learned, and it will correspond with the years. So today is 9 years, so I'm going to do 9 lessons. Yes, first of all, another disclaimer. I don't mean I have a perfect marriage. I don't mean that I have it all figured out. But what I'm doing this to encourage you. Perhaps you want to marry, perhaps you are in marriage, perhaps you're in a year of marriage, 20 years, 50 years, 40 years. You are just starting, or you are 9 years like me or more. So God willing, 2024 December, and I pray will be 10 years of I'll be 10 years of being Mrs. Entryberg. Yes, that's me. And I want to tell you that before I start, I think I should share this Bible verse with you. I'm a Christian, so it's also good for me to start from that premise. So Psalm 127 verse 1 says, unless the Lord builds the house, its builders labor in vain. This also relates to marriage. Unless God builds your marriage, unless you bring God into your marriage, unless God is in the marriage, trust me, you do all the things you want to do, and it's tough. Now, let me start. So, I've been married for 9 years. I married in Ghana, in Branhafu region, in a church. First of all, I even married at home. Like, that is a whole story to share. Because why did I do double marriage? Like, I married at home and married at church. So now that I'm talking about it, that is it. Yes. So I've been married to a wonderful man, a very supportive man who made a new studio for me beginning of 2024. I haven't gotten the chance to even do anything in the studio yet, but it's a beautiful studio, and one day I'll give you a walk through it. But back to the 9 lessons that I have learned in 9 years of not a perfect marriage, but I can boldly say that it's a happy marriage. And also, I want to also say that what works for me might not work for you. What works for my husband and I may not work for you, but there are some principles that when you apply to your own lived situation, your own marriage, it might work for you. So there is no formula to marriage, right? Or there is? If there is, let me know. Yes, so the first thing I want to talk about is communication. Why? I remember I read somewhere, I don't remember which book or which person I read it from. He said communication is not the key, it's actually the door to marriage. And I kind of agree that in marriage you have to talk a lot, you have to share a lot, you have to discuss a lot, you have to talk about yourselves, be transparent, talk about what you want, what you don't like, and know how you talk about it. So for me, it helps for my partner or your partner to feel what you feel, to think about what you think, but also be very transparent. I think that communication goes hand in hand. So for example, if I am talking to my partner, what I require is the listening ear, and I can complain. Hey, I do complain a lot, but what I value and what I still appreciate is that I have someone who listens, having their listening ear, just to listen to all my stories, and like I said, all the things that sometimes I can say it in one word. Like I can say that, sweetheart, someone sent me this email and I'm not happy about it, but the Mr. I am will be like, today, and one story that can take 5 minutes take hours. And I have a husband who listens, and I'm learning as well to listen and talk about my feelings, and talk about how my day went. What's beautiful is that any day I go out and come back, I get someone, not home, I mean even sometimes it's not home, who would ask me how was your day and will listen. And I'm learning to also listen, and I'm listening. I'm not saying these principles have perfected it, not at all. I wish I had, but unfortunately it's a learning process, so I'm sharing it with you to also verbalize it so that I can be better at it. Yes, so sometimes when I'm upset about something else, about also at home, yes, I get upset. I was talking to a friend, like, I didn't know you guys like me. I get angry as well. Don't we humans? I calmly share how I feel, and I discuss with my husband and realize that, and sometimes the reaction that I want doesn't come, but at least I've said my mind. The second lesson is about pride. To do away with pride, and that links back to the first story. The first lesson I shared. Do away with pride, because for me, humility is so important. Yes, and sometimes you feel like I got it all covered. Pride is really a big barrier when it even comes to communication, and it's also a big barrier when it comes to resolving conflicts, because you feel like I am right. And I saw a video someone was like, how have you sustained your 40 years of marriage? And it's like, I always listen to my wife, because sometimes we are Mrs. Right, I'm always right, and that thing kills joy, kills marriages. Instead of letting pride come our way and hinder reconciliation, apologies, and making amends, and admitting our faults, why am I so happy today? We can take it away, and we can be very humble to know that we make wrongs, humble to apologize and all that. Don't get me wrong, you may think that pride is all bad. Pride is a double-edged sword. Pride is also not letting your self-esteem go down. But how do you manage it so that it doesn't look like you are the Mrs. Right or the Mr. Right and all that? Yes. So I don't want to give any examples so that my husband will be, so you know that this thing you are doing. Yes. The second thing is, the third is support. I'm not saying it's in any order, so don't get me wrong. So, marriage is partnership, right? Isn't it? It's partnership. It's two people together, working together and making it work. Because that's partnership, trust me. It's not a 50-50 partnership. What works for you? As I said, there is no formula. So for me and my husband, every situation and what works. So sometimes my husband would be with me, and sometimes I'm away. So the things we do actually differ. So I see support to be a crucial thing. Supporting our dreams, supporting our pursuits outside marriage, but also inside the marriage. Our pursuits perhaps to have 20 kids. Yes, so on a serious note, support, so having a support system is very good. And like I was telling you how my husband had to do this studio for me, and usually you need a support system to get going because life is tough. And for us especially, I am not living back in Ghana where I was born and bred, and my mom, my mother-in-law, those people who help me with childcare are not here, and I travel a lot for work, so I'm all over the place. And we have kids and we support each other. So for me, I feel like teamwork is very, very key in marriage. It doesn't matter who does and who does what, who cooks, who washes, who what, but that we know that we are a team and we are in a partnership and we are supporting each other. We understand that we are in this together and we are fighting to the end. It's fighting the right. We don't fight. Please, if you watch this and you get annoyed, forgive me. I woke up on a good note. I mean, striving to the end. And when I say to the end, what does the end even mean in this case? As in making the marriage work and work every day. Marriage is work. Even me that I've not reached anywhere 9 years, I'm like, marriage is work. So maybe you have been married for a very long time, or you're yet to marry, or anything, you have ideas and lessons and all that, please feel free to share, because I'm not the expert in this. I'm just sharing my own lived experiences and I'm enjoying it and I'm laughing over it. But maybe it's even annoying you, like, this girl only serious now. Anyway, gratitude. For 9 years of marriage, and as I said earlier, I've been traveling a lot. My husband travels a lot as well. And one thing, gratitude. Thank you, baby, thank you. Baby, I'm grateful. God bless you. Those things are from me, they touches my heart. You may say I may cook and I serve the meal and my husband is like, thank you, baby. He goes to work in the morning. The first message he would send me, I arrived and I'm grateful for the love, that. Don't mention everything. And at first I used to say, like, why do you thank me? These are basically things that I should do. I mean, it's something I love to do as well. And it dawned on me that we go to the restaurants, we buy food, they serve us, we pay for it, and we say thank you. In certain places, we even tip on top, and we still say thank you. I go to the shop, I buy my bread, I buy my stuff, If I don't go to the self checkout and I go and someone helps me with my things, I say thank you. I teach. Sometimes I just finish teaching and my students walk to me and say thank you. Am I not doing my job? I'm really paid for it. So if someone thanks you, it goes a long way. But I've also learned to do that. I mean, I'm still learning, to be grateful and to say thank you for the little things, because sometimes you take it for granted. The things your partner is doing, you take it for granted. There was this day I was talking to someone. My husband helps me take care of the kids, and I'm very grateful. And someone by the side was like, don't use the word help and blah blah blah. And oh yes, we the feminist. And at that point, I kind of didn't say anything. But upon a second reflection, I was like, don't take it too deep. Don't overthink it when someone says, my husband helped me or my wife helped me pay for the fees. Don't overthink it. It is gratitude, and everyone in the way they express it. Some people come from certain backgrounds and they didn't see that, and that's why they will use that. Some people, it's for lack of better word, they use that. Don't be too judgmental. They are just grateful. It depends on where the person is coming, but we have to be very careful how we say certain things and how we judge certain people with the way they say things. Now, I'm going on a rough tangent. Back to my story. Yes, so for me, I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for a supportive husband, and one lesson I've learned is that gratitude goes a long way in marriage. Being thankful for things, little, and even the big things, being thankful for everything, and even grateful. I'm grateful to be married. I'm grateful to have a wonderful husband. I'm grateful to have someone who will listen to me, and I'm grateful for all the support and love and care and think about it. So gratitude is one thing I've learned in my 9 years of marriage, and I'm continuing. So help me God. The next thing I want to say is love is not enough. I love you, Daniel. I love my husband. I love my husband. But there are some times I realize that love alone doesn't carry us through. I married well. And when I say I married well, I married someone who understands. So understanding, me as a woman tend to become a mom, and I also become a mom to my husband. And that's not what he wants. He wants a sweet, loving wife. Yes. So that is it. Expect change. I've changed a lot, right? Look at that picture. And look at this picture. That was me. And that's me and my husband. Now look at me now. I've changed a lot physically. I've changed a lot emotionally. Sometimes mood swings coming. And a lot do coming. But I still have someone who reacts to the change. He doesn't see me as the Mr. he married 9 years ago, or he met several years ago. And that's the same thing I'm doing. We change, circumstances change, places where we live change, the works we do change. A lot of things change. So for example, if you used to be, what word should I use? A teacher in a primary school. I'm going to my own field though. A teacher in a primary school, and now you're a teacher in a secondary school. Will you still do the same things you do? You react to the change. The students you are teaching have changed. And yes, I have changed as well. And household chores, parenting, facing life's ups and downs. But we have to react to that change. We don't have to remain. Oh, let me say I used to like to eat potato, so I'll keep eating potato. react to that change. So if the mood changes, should we still be like the way we are? So that's also one thing I have learned in marriage, to react to changes and work towards it. Yes, a lot of changes do come by. Okay. Keep the romance alive. I'm saying this and I'm laughing because I'm sure my husband will be watching this and be like, what is this? But baby, I'm romantic, right? We nurture a lot of things in our lives. We need to also nurture the romance in our lives. Yes, I have to be sexy, romantic. Yes. So let's nurture that aspect of our life. I remember last year when we celebrated our 8th anniversary, my husband and I alone went to New York. We spent the time together. We went to just me and him, no babies, no kids. And we also went to Toronto and we had fun as well. Keep the romance alive, sending text messages, nice messages, saying thank you, expressing our love regularly and daily, on a daily basis. I love you, I care for you, baby, what do you want? Some small gifts here and there. Yes, keep the romance alive. I'm laughing through about all the things I'm saying. It's very, very, very. There are principles that you can pick one or two things from, and let me know what you think doesn't work for you. I'm sharing my own lived experiences. Give grace. I don't know which number, but if I pass it, 9, bring me back. So give is very liberating. Forgiveness is very, very liberating. And like I said, you will never be always right. Your partner will always not be right, but learn to forgive. So give grace. And don't go back to it. I used to do that. Baby, when you watch this, tell me I've stopped. I'll be like, 10 years ago you did this, 9 years ago you did this. Give grace. Forgive. Forgive. Some grudges can actually poison a relationship. It poisons marriage. And going back and back and back to it. It's like, I am the same person who said react to change. It's like we are not reacting to change. And if you see the person has stopped doing that thing you complained about, give grace. Forget it. Don't repeat it every 3 days, every 2 hours. Letting go of resentment allows for growth and healing and happiness in the marriage. Yes. Did I reach 9 or I have passed 9 or I haven't reached 9? But you see that all the lessons I'm sharing are intertwined, right? Never stop learning. Let's keep learning. Let's keep learning to be the better our better selves. And as I said, people will change, circumstances will change, a lot of things will change in our lives. Let's stay curious about our partners, their lives, what's going on, what they may be going through at work, at other places, within family. And let's all know that our interests evolve, our goals evolve, and our dreams also evolve. We don't remain the same. Embrace the journey of continuous discovery of our partners and learn from them, learn with them, learn together. Yes. So these are the few principles or things that I've learned in my marriage. And I want to also say that, like I started, Psalm 127 verse 1. Except the Lord builds the house, its builders labor in vain. Put everything to God in prayer. God got you. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna sail through. You are going to enjoy the marriage. And I know you do your part. Marriage is work. But let's work it out because the benefits is out. It's so many. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have subscribed. Please do subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye. Stay blessed.